I think university is a time where you find yourself. This is a time where I've truly learnt my potential and what I'm capable of.
We had 24 students from the University of Newcastle come along to Borneo. We spent 3 days in the Borneo jungle and we looked at orangutans in their habitat. It was amazing.
The skills that I've gained over those years and even watched and reflected on how much I've learnt, it amazes me.
I'm the first one in my family to graduate. My dad always said to me, he said, only brain can make a man. That means only knowledge can make a man. And I always had, the voice of my dad in the back of my head, saying that I could do it. Graduation was a major achievement in my life.
I started the university as an able-bodied kid, and then I had an accident after my second year. So that dream as a young kid from a disadvantaged background of throwing that cap and gown into it almost puts a tear in my eye of having that sense of achievement.
I was doing some volunteer work. One of the volunteer boss said to me that if you really like helping people, why don't you become a nurse? I want graduates to be bold, be courageous, and be your best.
I think it is very important to focus on your purpose because there will be a lot of issues, a lot of challenges facing ahead, and being able to overcome each time, I think it's what's important.
It's a wonderful feeling to be an alumni. You have this connection with other alumni, other students who have graduated.
Not just national, but also it's global scale.
Having a community behind you is probably the greatest thing you can have, apart from your family and friends, because it really is just a bigger version of them.
A family that is now around the world.
We've all come together as one, and we're all going to be lifelong friends.
I just enjoy the moment.
Words can't describe it.
It lasts a few seconds, but you really will remember it forever.
The world is your oyster. You really don't know what it's going to be tomorrow. You don't know what it's going to be the next day, but take every single opportunity that comes your way.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, graduates.
Welcome to our global alumni community.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to our graduates and special guests on this very special occasion. To comply with safety regulations, please allow me to point out to you the emergency exits in the Great Hall. Please take a moment to note your nearest green emergency exit sign. For those with small children, please note that there is a soundproof crying room located at the rear of the Great Hall. The ushers in the hall will be happy to assist with directions. A professional photographer will photograph each graduate as they cross the stage, and a copy of this photograph will be made available to all graduates to access and share via their Facebook page. Portrait photography will also be available at the graduate reception in the Brennan Room immediately following the ceremony. As a courtesy to everyone in the room, we ask that you please switch any mobile devices to silent. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, we will instruct each graduate and your guests when it is time to leave your seats. Graduates, in May, you'll be sent an invitation to complete the Graduate Outcomes Survey. This survey gathers feedback on your higher education experience to help improve the experience for future students. We strive to provide the best possible experience for all of our students, but this cannot be achieved without your valuable and important feedback. We would appreciate your watching for an email to your university account so that you can assist with this important survey. Some of the terminology used in today's ceremony may be unfamiliar to you. To assist in your appreciation of the ceremony, we have provided a history of graduation and an explanation of terms in the graduation booklet. The academic procession will enter the Great Hall in just a few moments. When the procession enters, could you please rise and remain upstanding for the Australian National Anthem. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please rise when the Deus Party stands and remain upstanding until the Deus Party and our graduates have left the hall. We hope that you enjoy this very special occasion. Thank you.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special occasion. We are very fortunate indeed that we can resume these face-to-face graduations. It's a highlight of our university year, and today is no exception. On behalf of the University of Newcastle, I respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians, the Pambalong clan of the Awabakal people, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. As Chancellor of this university and a graduate myself, I'm deeply honoured to be able to celebrate this major milestone in your academic journey. Each of our university's graduates is unique, and each year through these ceremonies we celebrate their success. This year's graduates are indeed an inspiration. Before me sits a group of people whose determination and resilience is remarkable by any measure. We all know that the past 2 years have been unprecedented. The pandemic has had a profound impact on everyone in this room. And the crisis came right on the heels of major natural disasters, of floods and fires, which had already taken a toll on many of our students. This ceremony acknowledges your drive and determination to succeed. Today, graduates, you take with you a degree from one of the finest institutions in the world, in fact. Newcastle is acknowledged for delivering excellence in education to some 39,000 students. Our degree programs are designed to prepare you for life and work after you graduate and connect you with your industries and communities. Similarly, our research is focused on delivering impact and innovation with a steady focus on working with partners to support the development of our region. The university's focus on excellence in education and research sits hand in glove with a long-held commitment to equity. We offer the opportunity of education to students from all walks of life who have talent and determination. 1/4 of our students are from low socioeconomic backgrounds, and we have the largest number of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students of any Australian university. We're proud of every student and we are committed to providing the best learning environment and opportunities to help them realise their potential. Today's celebration of the completion of your studies marks another important milestone, your entry into the university's global alumni community, and you're in very good company. One example is Dr. Scott Sleep, who completed a Bachelor of Education here and then returned to do a PhD in Environmental Engineering in 2015. His work through the STEM Industry School Partnerships program is all about getting school teachers to be able to teach science, technology and engineering and maths, the STEM subjects, in a way to really engage students. Scott runs a program focused on getting students to lead their learning by getting hands-on. Scott developed a STEM course that saw a 20% increase in the number of students who were taking STEM subjects in the Hunter at a time when the rest of the state saw a reduction, which was fantastic. From its incredible initial success, it has continued to grow, and from a little seed in the Hunter, the program is now reaching 30 different countries. You are now united with achievers like Scott and the people sitting around you as an alumna of the university. Our network of passionate and talented alumni stretches across the world. It now comprises 161,000 members in 152 countries. You now have access to this global community, along with the opportunities for ongoing learning, professional development and personal enrichment. We look forward to watching you flourish in your career, looking ahead with confidence, knowing you'll always be part of the University of Newcastle. Today is the culmination of many years of hard work, and this ceremony is a symbol of all you've experienced and achieved during your time here at the university. This includes an acknowledgement of the support of your family and friends who've been with you every step of the way on your journey to today. To family and friends, we sincerely thank you for the important role you've played in reaching this important milestone. I now call on our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Alex Zelinsky, to introduce today's occasional speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor, and I also echo your words about how great it is to see the Great Hall full with people, and after the last difficult 2 years we've had, but also to say that I hope this graduation is not the last time you'll be visiting the university, and you'll always be welcome back here anytime, and including your family. This is a university of the community, for the community, and we always love to engage with you. But Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to invite Mr. Tim Crackenthorpe MP to deliver today's occasional address. Tim Crackenthorpe has represented Newcastle in the New South Wales Parliament since 2014, first standing in a by-election and subsequently re-elected in 2015 and again in 2019. In 2021, he was elevated to the Shadow Ministry, taking on the portfolios of TAFE, Skills and Tertiary Education. So he really is the Shadow Minister for universities. So we're very pleased that a local person is in that position. Before he was elected, Tim worked in adult and community education, disability care and mine safety for the government regulator. He also served on the Newcastle Council for 8 years and held positions on the boards of Northern Settlement Services and Westpac Rescue Helicopter Service. Tim holds a Bachelor of Business degree from Charles Sturt University and a Master of International Studies from the University of Sydney, and intermediate and advanced certificates in industrial law. I'm delighted that Tim Crackenthorpe is able to join us on this very special occasion for our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Tim Crackenthorpe MP to deliver the occasional address.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of Council, staff of the university, family and friends of graduates, and most importantly, graduates. Congratulations, you've made it. Completing your studies at any time is no mean feat. Many of you would have come to university straight from school, and it's a whole new world. You have less structure in your days, you can be juggling study with work and family commitments, and no one will blink if you turn up in your pyjamas. Being a student over the last couple of years, however, has had some, you would say, very difficult and different challenges. Whether you loved it or loathed it, I'm sure that not one of you enrolled in your degree or even your classes at the start of 2020 and expected to be attending every lecture and tutorial from your bedroom, although you could definitely still attend class in your pyjamas. With the online learning, or the density limits, or the steps you had to take to protect your own health, comes so much uncertainty. When you don't know how long a lockdown or restrictions will last, it makes it so hard to understand what your studies will look like, particularly when so many of your placements you're expecting to undertake. But look, you're here, you're graduating, and that is an absolutely extraordinary accomplishment. I'm here today, not just as the State Member for Newcastle, but also as the New South Wales Shadow Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills and TAFE. I didn't actually study education. I studied business, law and international studies. But somehow for me, all paths just kept leading back to education. Both my parents were teachers on the South Coast. My mum was primary and my dad taught high school English and history. So I grew up with parents who were so enthusiastic about sharing their knowledge, letting my brothers and I explore and discover and experiment, and who wanted to be a positive influence in other people's lives. And they were a positive influence, which is something I'm really proud of. My dad passed away 30 years ago, and my mum retired 17 years ago. But to this day, I receive messages from people asking if my mum was Mrs. Krakenthorpe from Moruya Public School, or recounting a funny story when my dad taught those students. I love receiving these messages. It's just so nice to know that 20, 30, even 40 years down the track, my parents are fondly remembered for the profession that they did. And that kind of influence, it's something sitting in the palms of your hands right now. I don't say that to make you feel nervous or to doubt yourself, but I'm also not going to roll this in glitter and say that it's not a responsibility or that it won't be challenging on occasion. But if you've completed the path that's brought you to this hall today, then there must be a deep-seated passion inside all of you for this career, and you're ready to take on that challenge. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but my parents actually told me not to go into teaching. So when I did go to university, I stayed away from that degree. Yet, you know what my first job out of uni was? Yes, it was working in education. I worked at the Workers' Education Association, or WEA, as an adult education provider. Then I headed overseas and ended up in Taiwan, where I taught, working in early education and one-on-one with adults teaching English. Then I ended up in Indonesia, where I did, take a guess, worked in environmental education, trying to get the environment into the education syllabus in Indonesia. That was the influence that my parents had on me, the influence of people who had that deep-seated passion. And although it may not seem like it's so early in your careers, ultimately, that influence and passion will stretch so much further than you can imagine. But it will happen in ways that you probably don't even realise. It's easy to get caught up in chasing the big things in life, in improving the whole of school academic results in your profession, implementing a successful reading program, maybe even having the best Year 10 debating team in the state for you. Early in my career as a Member of Parliament, that's certainly what I did. You went to secure the funding for the new road or lobby to have your town chosen for the new health facility. And don't get me wrong, it's fantastic when that actually happens. But I learnt very quickly that the things that make you feel good about your work are the things that nobody knows about. As an MP, it's things like assisting someone out of homelessness, helping a not-for-profit find office space, or getting someone in to see a medical specialist that they urgently need to see. For you, it could be things like when the student who is not great with maths finally gets the hang of algebra, or seeing a kid with low confidence deliver a speech and absolutely nail it. Or that moment when young kids start to recognise things like shapes in your class. You'll experience the little things like that over and over again, and they will never stop being rewarding because those are the things that change people's lives. The student who learned algebra, well, they may not implement much of that knowledge later in life, but they don't lose is that sense of achievement that comes from working hard at something, or the confidence they gained in that moment that they will carry with them forever. That is the influence and the power that you have. It can be in the tiniest of ways, but every day you will change lives. Walking out of this hall today is not the end of your learning, and I don't mean ongoing professional development or other courses that your employer might want you to take. If there's one thing that I've learned in my job, it's that even when you're sure that you know what you're doing, just have a chat to someone else anyway. Even if you think that you don't need any help, still ask. You are going to be surrounded by people who come from all walks of life, who are going to have different methods and different ideas. There may not be anything wrong with what you want to do or how you want to do it, but there could also be something better out there that you just don't know about. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Congratulations again. You may never be aware of how, but what you are doing will change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim, for that occasional address, which really hit the mark. And I think it was self-evident, the passion you hold for education at all levels, I must say. And one must only observe the appropriateness of your shadow responsibilities. So thank you indeed for your talk. And I'm sure today's graduates can relate to the positive approach you take to learning and the impact that passion can have on your ability to take teaching and learning further. So we deeply appreciate it, your input today. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to a very important aspect of this ceremony, and for this I'd like all of the graduates to please stand. Would you all please stand? This is the important bit. As Chancellor of this university, I now officially confer awards to all those graduates who fulfil the conditions for admission of that award. And I wonder if all of you in the audience and my colleagues up here would join me in applauding the wonderful achievements of our graduates. Would you please be seated? Thank you. I'm now very pleased to call on Professor John Fischetti, Pro-Vice Chancellor for the College of Human and Social Futures, to present today's graduates. Thank you.
Chancellor, good afternoon. And to graduates, friends and family members, it's an honor to be with you. And to all of our graduates, we're so proud of you. You didn't sign up to do a degree during an international pandemic, and wow, we're very, very honored to be with you to celebrate your success. Chancellor, I present to you the graduates who fulfilled the conditions for admission to awards of the university. Doctor of Philosophy graduates have undertaken a program of independent supervised study for the equivalent of up to 4 years of full-time study. These graduates have produced significant and original research outcomes, culminating in a thesis which has been independently examined by external experts of international standing. Today, the university is proud to honor graduates who have satisfied the rigorous criteria for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Chancellor, I present to you Shirley Clifton. Dr. Clifton's thesis is entitled Finding Empathy in a Visual Art Studio Classroom, Artful and Empathetic Making and Learning. Dr. Clifton. Nguyen Tan Luan. Dr. Nguyen's thesis is entitled Investigating Students' Perceptions of Vietnamese Tertiary English Education. Dr. Nguyen. Kathleen Smithers. Dr. Smithers' thesis is entitled They Have Got So Much Love, They're in Love with Their Children, an exploration of the educational impact of school tours as part of a safari itinerary in Matabaland, North Zimbabwe. Dr. Smithers. Congratulations to these higher degree by research graduates. Chancellor, I now present graduates who have satisfied the requirements of a postgraduate award. Graduating with a Master of Education with distinction, Sarah Charlton. Ashley Forbes. Taylor Joyce. Graduating with a Master of Education, Joshua Bolton. Graduating with a Master of Special and Inclusive Education with distinction, Kylie Bales. Elizabeth Chapman. Shayna Doyle. Amy Foley. Abigail Hukastan Gale. Matthew Laffin. Shona Marshall. Rachel Monday. Monica Jiraji Eaton. Emily Paoli. Kiona Parkinson. Eleni Pilakipru. Luke Press. Madison Ryan. Godly Shaji. Kayla Smith. Taylor Thompson. Lucy Wiseman. Graduating with a Master of Special and Inclusive Education, Naomi Creighton. Nicola Ann Sowry. Renee Tanachi. Lauren Young. Graduating with a Graduate Certificate in Transformational Leadership in Education, Phoebe Burchill. Tang Kuang Ku. Ellen Tideswell. Chancellor, I now invite Associate Professor Rachel Buchanan, Deputy Head of College Education, to present graduates who have satisfied the requirements of an undergraduate award.
Chancellor, I present graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood and Primary Honours, Whitney Evans. Isabella Felton. Lucy Nolan. Lara Ratton. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood and Primary, with distinction, Michaela Biles. Amelia Flaherty. Ayla Gomez. Kirsty Goldbranson. Emily Robinson. Holly Swaddling. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood and Primary, Caitlin Abrahams. Louise Barkan. Taylor Brown. Jessica Brewery. Hayley Burton. Mihaela Carmody. Brooke Dicker. Ashley Fowler. Kayla Gilbert. Eliza Henry. Jade McPherson. Alana Marshall. Maeve McCullum. Zoe Minter. Abby Richardson. Emily Sheary. Jane Thompson. Alice Treadwell. Brooke Vassell. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Primary Honours, Sherilee Fisher. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Primary, with distinction, Phoebe Bayless. Michaela Bradford. Lillian Carey. Maisie Chafe. Joshua Crispin. Kurt Ekman. Elizabeth Ernst. Tanika Fairfull. Amber Franks. Lauren Gallagher. Matilda Hubbard. Sarah Johnston. Alex Kennedy. Sarah McCall. Melissa Monk. Stephanie Murray. Natalie Newling. Shari Nickel. Molly O'Neill. Ian Parsons. Rebecca Somerville. Drusilla Templeton. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates at this time.
Thank you, Associate Professor Buchanan. We'll now enjoy a musical interlude by Heather Price and Terence Koo. They'll perform Hit the Clearing, an original composition by Heather. Heather and Terence are both graduates of our music program. Thank you.
I've hit the clearing, a place where the fear in me can slip away. There is nothing I want and nothing I need to hear you say. I've hit the clearing and sunshine is following me through my day. Breathe it in, feel the warmth on my skin when there's nothing in my way. Well, such relief, I could fall to my knees. Well, so light I can float with the breeze. No more clearing the path to break through. I can just sit back and enjoy the view. get where I've been. Well, 'cause that's how I got here. The climb and the dream. And it's not what I thought it would be. But better because it's reality. I've hit the clearing, a place where the fear in me can slip away. Well, there is nothing I want and nothing I need to hear you say. I've hit the clearing and sunshine is following me through my day. Well, breathing in, feel the warmth of my skin when there's nothing in my way. My way, my way.
Thank you, Heather and Terence. Great composition, Heather. I now invite Associate Professor Buchanan to continue presenting graduates.
Chancellor, I present graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Primary, Sarah Agate. Kelly Atkins. Georgia Bailey. Kimberly Barnes. Madeline Boyce. Mitchell Brandon. Sophie Browning. Sophie Clark. Hannah Connell. Charlotte Cox. Hallie Deeves. Brooke Dobson. Rachel Fay. Emma Fitzsimmons. Lachlan Fuller. Kayana Gascoigne. Jerlyn Gregg. Alyssa Gregory. Isaac Haynes. Lachlan Hancock. Jordan Hardy. Nicole Harrington. Ashley Harvey. Olivia Hillman. Caitlin Hoffman. Luke Homer. Ebony Hosking. Brittany Hunt. Brooke Jarvie. Jack Keogh. Darcy Larkin-Kello. Sapphire Linderboom. Amelia Lindis. Bonnie Luxton. Brittany McTaggart. Grace Ma. Patrick Mayers. Chad McCarter. Megan Jane McCulloch. Alexander McFarlane Newling. Benjamin McIntosh. Jessica Millen. Emily Morgan. Anne Merle Much. Rachel Newman. Rhiannon Nigro. Katie O'Brien. Monique Olowski. Hannah Overell. Renee Pettit. Danielle Reiner. Morgan Sandy. Chelsea Seckloyd. Imogen Slack Smith. Matthias Stone. Kiralee Thackeray. Lucy Thompson. Taylor Wellham. Victoria Wicks. Nicole Wilson. Daniel Woods. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education Secondary Honours with Honours Class 1, Shivani. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education Secondary Honours, Daniel Neal. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education Secondary with distinction, Brittany Burden-Poole. Chelsea Buswell. Kayla Downing. Ashley Fry. Tanika Goodyear. Anastasia Griggs. Monique Guy. Griffin Hayden. Jordan Hiles. Georgia Jenkins. Elsie Leask. Samantha Moody. Laura O'Connor. Andrew Smith. Riley Spark. Brittany Spooner. Sarah Swainson. Portia Toos. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education Secondary, Nathan Barnett. Laura Cowmeadow. Dean Cully. Emerson Doherty. Jade Earl. Jacob Fiorenza. Marley Hockey. Michaela Holden. Samuel Hines. Amy Kirkpatrick. Jordan Miller. Taylor Mullen. Brianna Nixon. Abby Noon. Madeline O'Connor. Amanda Perry. Jaden Quayle. Brianna Robarts. Prajin Rodriguez. Brody Smith. Mackenzie Smith. Megan Wallace. Shelby Lee Wintle. Graduating with a Bachelor of Teaching, Early Childhood and Primary Honours, Angela Ebner. Jenna Jameson. Tara Langfield. Abby McBride. Zoe Mitchie. Kaylee Richardson. Sharmila Shoemaker. Dana Silva Thomas. Tara Thompson. Graduating with a Bachelor of Teaching, Health and Physical Education Honours, Abby Rutley. Graduating with a Bachelor of Teaching, Humanities Honours, Maria Ataid. Jessica Berg. Nick Hammond. Emily Loveridge. Gabby Madden. Katrina Miller Little. Angelica Schutt. Jonathan Scott. Caitlin Ward. Graduating with a Bachelor of Teaching Mathematics Honours, Jordan Wilson. Graduating with the Bachelor of Teaching Primary Honours, Stuart Eyre. Rachel Bath. Sebastian Constantino. Lily Costello. Amy Geddes. Jessica Hartman. Coralie Joy. Dana McCarthy. Rachel Myers. Ashley Pritchard. Brittany Reardon. Grace Smith. Jessica Sorby. Jacob Springfield. David Wells. Graduating with a Bachelor of Teaching Science Honours, Ethan Caldwell. Logan Clark. Emma Hearn. Sky Murray Opie. Graduating with a Bachelor of Teaching Technology Honours, Patrick Brandon. And Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates.
Thank you, Associate Professor Buchanan. I'd now like to invite Drusilla Templeton, who graduated just a little while ago with a Bachelor of Education Primary with distinction, to speak on behalf of the graduates. Thank you, Drusilla.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, families and friends of graduates, and most importantly, graduates. I would first like to acknowledge and pay my respects to the Pambalong clan of the Awabakal people, the traditional custodians of the land on which this campus stands. My experience at university might be completely different to yours, but every one of us has overcome the challenges that university throws us, that life throws us, and persevered. We made it here together, and today we celebrate that achievement as a graduating cohort. I arrived here at the University of Newcastle by complete accident. A last-minute enrolment made on a whim, a move with a single suitcase on a flight the day before orientation, and I found myself here in the Great Hall. Having come from a family of teachers, I knew how hard the realities of the job were, but I still wanted to give it a go myself. I wanted a career that helped people, to meet that cliche that we hear so much and make a difference. Like many of you, life threw me challenges that hindered my experience or achievement at university. My first adverse circumstances application was when events led to me suddenly becoming homeless. I had many hardships during my 4 years. Sometimes I wanted to give up, but like you, I didn't. Whether you applied for them or not, we've all had adverse circumstances. We've all had our own stories of how we got here today. I'm thankful for every person at this university who helped me achieve and succeed in my studies. I will forever be grateful for the opportunities I received during my time at the University of Newcastle. I was honoured to be elected as the student representative on the Faculty of Education and Arts Board. I learnt a lot from the experience I've put my hand up for. I worked hard and it paid off. In 2019, I was fortunate enough to attend a study tour in France and Belgium following the Remembrance Trail of World War I. This tour ignited a passion that was nurtured by the talented staff at this university and has to this day gained me opportunities in fields outside the scope of teaching. I started my career like many of you, teaching casually. I said yes to a block of work and a complex class in a particularly challenging school. It was here a highly accomplished teacher said to me, "If you can work here, you can work anywhere. Take that from someone who has." I expected hard. It was. I went home feeling defeated and unequipped every single day. Developing trust, that was the most important lesson that I learned. These students needed to trust you before they could ever learn. Teaching makes you appreciate the little things. In the past few months, I've heard the word pivot, adapt, and flexibility more than I have in my entire life. Stephen Hawking once said, "Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change." Some of you may be familiar with Lismore, the place in the far north New South Wales recently destroyed by not one, but 2 catastrophic floods in the space of 1 month. When a 2-storey wall of water that engulfed our school entirely receded back into the river, it took with it all our teaching and learning resources. The library on the 3rd floor was the only safe place for hundreds of people to await rescue that took refuge there in the middle of the night when they were evacuated by boat from the roofs of their homes. With the entire school being condemned in the aftermath, there was no longer a safe space for students to attend. There was nothing left. Most of our students and staff have lost everything. Displaced, they have no home, no school, no possessions. They share their trauma with 10,000 local people who became homeless overnight. The trauma is ongoing. Having made emergency planning to operate again at another site, we started with nothing. We are navigating unknown territory, but every day we work as a team to achieve outcomes that our students deserve. My job went from curriculum-based to organising and manning a food and supply hub on behalf of the school. to reconnect with our community, and to find our students who lost all communication with us. I worked tirelessly in donation acquisition and physical work into the early hours of the morning every day. I will never forget the words of a student in Year 2 who arrived to our hub. I asked the student, "Where do you live now?" She finished making me a heart out of Play-Doh, and upon giving it to me with a smile, she paused, looked down, and said calmly, "I don't know where I live, but I have no home." That is the start of my teaching story after university. How can you teach students that are petrified of rain? None of these things were in my job description. Fear has two meanings. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Every one of you has risen, achieved, and will succeed. Our learning here prepared us for out there. Now we are teachers, but we were learners here first. We were students becoming teachers, but now we are teachers who will always be learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Drusilla. And one can't help but observe the parallels between your passion and that of Tim Crackenthorpe, our occasional speaker this afternoon. And I think that's what we all admire about great teachers and people who are totally committed to the education of others. It's an enormously challenging and fulfilling career. I think all of us can trace our interests and our success back to a few outstanding teachers who inspired us. And Drusilla, you spoke to that very effectively. And I'm sure as you and all of your colleagues leave here today, you're in a wonderful position to make an enormous impact on a large and critical part of our community. So thank you very much for speaking so well. To our audience, I hope everyone has enjoyed today's ceremony, and I thank you for joining the university community in the celebration of the awarding of degrees. Before I declare the ceremony concluded though, I'd ask that this time the graduates remain seated and that we all stand and join in applauding their wonderful achievement. Thank you. Thank you all very much. I now declare the ceremony concluded and invite you to join us for a graduates reception in the Brennan Room to continue celebrating this very special event together. Graduates, once again, congratulations. It's a wonderful achievement. Go out and make a difference. Thank you.